Hello, welcome to the A to Z YouTube channel. I'm Toby Allen, I'm the A in A to Z. I'm in charge of songwriting, producing and engineering. And today we're going to be talking about a brand new drum library from Bogren Digital, which is really exciting. KRIMH Drums. It's really cool actually, yeah. So it's a contact drum library where all the drums are played by KRIMH and obviously engineered by Jens. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to what the drums sound like and check out the features as well in the library. So we've got a lot of cymbals and a lot of toms, which I really like. So we've got 5 toms in total. And each of those can be changed from clear to coated. So this is what the clear tom 1 sounds like. And that's what the coated sounds like. We've got 2 snares. One hat. 1 crash 2. Left. There's 4 crashes. 1 china. X hats is a nice addition as well. They've got a second china over here. Oh, that sounds good. There's 3 kicks. We've got plastic beater, felt beater, old head, and that's the drum sounds. So if we go over to the mixer, we've got the actual mixer itself. You can multi-out this, which is how I've got it set up here in Pro Tools right now. And you can put effects on each channel. So for example, let's go to the snare. I'm just going to open up some MIDI here so I can click a snare so we can hear it. So if we just solo the snare top, there's a transient on here. There's also an EQ on here. Let's just try putting on, because the other thing you've got on here as well is a compressor and saturation. So let's try the compressor and make it really smack. It's kind of a bit extreme. Turn that off again. You can hear exactly what that's doing. So let's try the saturation as well. So here it is with it on 0. Here it is on full. It's it does quite a lot, doesn't it? So there you go, there you've got the effects. You've also got sends here for the reverb. Now, when you're doing multi-out, I find that the reverb goes onto stereo 1 output. And if you wanted that separate, what I do is move the kicks to stereo 2 and pan kick to left and kick sub to right, and then send out to 2 monos, which then allows you to separate that stereo track out into 2 separate. It's kind of a hack with Contact where to get yourself more outputs if they're mono is to pan them hard left and right. So if we go through on here, we've also got triggers as well. So we've got a kick trigger here, and you've got 3 to choose from. So if I solo that, we can hear this one. What you can also do is drag and drop your own into here as well. You can pitch it, and you can pitch the trigger. As with any of these, actually, you can pitch them all. You do have some bleed control here as well, so you can choose how much is coming through the overheads and the rooms. And you've got also with the snare trigger, you've got 3 to choose from. And again, you can pitch your one shots here, and you can drag in your own one shot and pitch that, and you've got reverb sends there as well. Same with all of these, you've got the effects. With the overheads, you can actually mix, you've got like a submix in there where you can mix in all the individual spot mics on your different cymbals and crashes. You've also got a groove library here, so you can drag these in and hear those. You can also change the tempo of those. If you go along the top, we've also got an anti-machine gun feature, so that would basically make the drums in like double kick runs or in fills to sound more realistic. Auto double kick, if you've got, you can actually program the left kick and the right kick separately in the mapping page, which we'll look at in a second. But if you just do all of your kicks on just say the left or the right kick, it will automatically alternate between the two when you have this on. So you've got a number of mappings available. So you've got GGD Invasion and Easy Drummer. Those are very useful to have. For example, I mean, I do a lot of my programming in Easy Drummer because I really like the grid editor in there, and then I could then just drag the MIDI across into this, and there's the mapping there already. I actually use a slightly custom map for this one to be able to get it to work how I wanted it to work with the MIDI. You've got a learn function, which is useful. So if you're using an E kit, you can just press that, hit the shell, and then it will map it to that. You've also got a velocity modifier here as well, where you can essentially compress the velocities so that if you're not hitting very hard or the velocity coming from your A kit is low, you can adjust it so it will actually increase the velocity and make it sound like harder hits. So there you go, that's the interface and some of the sounds. I have a little MIDI here that we're going to just listen to, hear what the drums sound like when they're actually being played. And this is from the demo song that Ruben and I made. There we go. So I'm really, really impressed with that. I do like me a good ringy snare, which this has, which is really good. I think a lot of libraries, they just have that sort of real... I don't want to name names, but there's certain libraries that have just that snare which just sounds too clean and too modern and too just sterile, whereas that sounds like a real snare. That just sounds really cool. I think it's a really good library. Lots of cymbals options, which is really cool as well. Yeah, I definitely recommend checking this one out. Thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen, give us the cheeky thumb and make sure to hit the subscribe button below.